this is Dylan. You know I'm all about helping you to simplify your healthy whole plant food diet. We are making easy meals today because that is what we actually eat in a day. So I'll show you how fast and simple we do it. We are starting with breakfast. Reebs, are you ready?
Heck yeah.
There's a baby on your chest.
Yeah, he's hungry too.
We're making simple oatmeal. You've seen me make some elaborate oatmeal on the channel before, but the day in, day out oatmeal, you could just make it really fast and easy. Sometimes we make a smoothie for breakfast with lots of kale and greens and fruit and flax seeds and all that good stuff. Today we're doing it in oatmeal. I'll show you the smoothie in another what I eat in a day video. I do not measure anything. I just take the oatmeal, pour it in the tank. That looks like about enough for 2 of us. Maybe I'll do a little more. Whatever, if there's leftovers, I'll put it in the fridge. Luca loves the oatmeal, so he'll enjoy it. Now for the water, it's very easy. You don't have to measure it all. I just turn on the filtered water. Check this out, Reebs. And you just start stirring it. And as soon as it stirs without friction, then you have enough water in there. You can always add more. It's unlikely that you're gonna have too much if you follow that little rule of thumb. Then just crank the heat on high, bring it up to a boil, and then we'll just turn it down to medium and simmer it.
You never told me that hack.
You didn't know that hack?
No.
I am so sorry. That hack works every time. Now I'm throwing in a bunch of ground flax meal. Reebs and I are both gonna be eating this, so we'll get lots of flax in there. You gotta get those omega-3 fatty acids. How about some walnuts? We don't always put nuts in the oatmeal, but I had this bag of toasted walnuts extra from another dish I made for a dip. And so I'm just gonna kind of break them up in my hand and we'll throw in a couple of little tiny handfuls of walnuts into this pot.
Well, what dip were you making?
It was our walnut mushroom pate. Here's some blueberries. I'll just take them out of here. You could wash the whole thing, but I just kind of wash as we go. Take a couple handfuls, throw them in my little strainer, and I'll rinse them under the faucet. Okay, those can just go right in. We're already boiling, so I'll just turn it down to like medium. And then a critical ingredient, in my opinion, is the Well Your World date powder. You don't have to use ours. You can buy date sugar at the store, but ours is the finest, most delicious date powder ever, and you can get it on our website. I put in a nice big tablespoon, maybe even a little more, and that's the oatmeal. You could put in a little bit of soy milk if you want, as this water starts to get absorbed.
Usually if I'm rewarming it, I'll add soy milk so it's not too dry.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Just let it simmer on medium low for 5 minutes or so, and it's ready to go. Not even 5 minutes. Sometimes I give it like 2 minutes. I don't really use the quick oats because I just buy the regular stuff. Luca, give us one of those big smiles. You're on camera.
He just wants oatmeal.
Okay, let me just take a bite for you, because we gotta get this kid fed. He is getting rambunctious. Then I'll throw in a little bit of soy milk, like so.
You forgot the cinnamon. I'm micromanaging your oatmeal experience this morning.
Well, you ought to. Okay, let's have a bite. So simple. I can do my emailings while I eat this. I'm gonna sit that baby in his little chair and I'm gonna feed him some oatmeal. And when he's done throwing everything around the house, we'll move on to lunch. It is lunchtime and we're gonna keep it super simple today. Reebs and I came up with this meal recently and it is just so fast and easy. It's the tastiest bowl you've ever had.
What is it though, Bill?
What are we gonna call this thing? Reebs Easy Bowls.
We did call it a Mexican Buddha bowl.
We call it a Mexican Buddha bowl. There you go. We made this one on our 10-minute meals cooking show that is on YouTube. Check it out. And it is just so fast. We've got this Baja roasted blend. There are a few brands that make a mix of peppers and corn and onion and some beans. But I'm not gonna lie, last time I made this, the beans were not plentiful enough. Let's have a look. So I've got my handy steamer pot. You can use whatever steamer setup you've got. Let's throw it in there. See, there aren't all that many beans.
Why skimp the beans?
Why skip the beans? It's like all corn. So we gotta add some more beans to this. I've got a can of no salt added beans. Try to find the no salt stuff. Add the salt when you go to eat it, not beforehand. Then we've got one simple bag of frozen brown rice. These usually you can do them in the microwave, but we've got the steamer pot going. So let's just marry it up with everything else. Now we've got rice, beans, the mix. Let's go to the stove. Crank it up to high. We're gonna steam it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it really doesn't matter. You can't overcook this stuff. It's all gonna taste the same. And here's where you wanna add a little bit of flavor. We've got our Fiesta blend. I'm just gonna sprinkle on some of that. A tablespoon, whatever, 2 tablespoons, it doesn't matter. Here's our chili lime. Look at this one, it is so good. No salt added, no BS in these spice blends. I'm just gonna throw it right on top. We'll mix it later, put the lid on, let it steam, and we gotta get to making some pico, because what is a Mexican bowl without a little pico on top, am I right? I've got 3 Roma tomatoes. Normally I would cut them with this knife, but I think this knife is a little dull. Well, I can get through it. Sometimes I take the core out, but since I've only got 3 tomatoes left, I need as much substance here in this pico as I can get. So I often use the serrated knife if my other knife is a little dull, and I'll just cut them in half, cut them lengthwise. I'm not being careful, just cut them, cut them, cut them. Turn it and then just make some bits, whatever. I put this on everything. I made just a can of beans on the stove and then a bunch of pico on top. This is my favorite. And we're gonna get this whole thing made in only a few minutes. It's fast. It's not like we're making a bunch of food prep. This is like a no food prep eating day, which honestly is how we eat most days. We don't have time to think ahead. And once you've done this a few times, you can get really fast at it. That's why I tell people all the time, make the same easy meals over and over. Just pick one for a month and do that every day for lunch. You don't need 21 different meals every week. You gotta keep it really, really simple, and then you can just start doing it without even thinking. You don't have to be a professional chopper. This is a dull knife, I'm still getting it done. Now I've got some cilantro. The first time I use cilantro when I buy it, I'll just wash all of it. I'll buy 2 bunches, wash it, and then I'll shove it, spin it of course. You wanna get it as dry as you can, and then I'll just throw it in a plastic bag. So I've got that already. That saved a little bit of time because I made this bowl 2 days ago. Now, I forgot to buy limes, so we're using the squeeze bottle of lime juice. Garlic, I love the cheater garlic. This is another time-saving hack. You don't always have to use fresh garlic.
Garlic isn't usually in pico, is it?
No, I don't think garlic is traditionally in pico. We're changing the game here. We got some juice from the tomato because I didn't take out the inner core. We've got the juice from the lime, and now we're just really gonna marinate this together. Give it a little toss. Oh, see, just 3 tomatoes, and I made enough for probably 2 meals.
Yes.
Now I'm just waiting on it. You know what I mean? It's probably good
Do
enough.
a few jumping jacks.
I have been doing, my stretch goal for this month has been very successful. I've increased my flexibility significantly, which is still very bad. I can't even do I swear I'm improving my flexibility. My hamstrings are sore from the workout, okay?
You have to have a straight back
Okay.
and then go forward, which
Okay.
I can't do a lot either. You were doing this.
And that's cheating?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready to give this a stir. What do you think, Reebs?
I'll stir it.
You want to stir that? Oh, yeah. Not a lot of green bell pepper in that mix either. Other brands do seem to be a little more generous with their portions of the peppers, onions, and beans. This is looking lovely. Lovely, lovely. Now, I like to start with some greens. This is a great way. I don't do a lot of salads all on their own for my regular meals. I might chop this a tiny bit, should I not?
No.
No, I have been just loving this broccoli slaw. Get
It's
some hearty,
crunchy.
crunchy slaw in there. Pack in the steamer pot.
That was real hard. Not.
Not. Okay, I'm not like an Instagram photo chef here. I'm not
really?
a chef at all.
Couldn't
Some of that pico on there. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's nice.
tell. Those are beautiful colors.
It is beautiful.
You don't have to try hard to make this one pretty.
Nice. Normally we just eat it like that, but we've got this avocado, and now you got some healthy whole fat. If you're avoiding avocado and fats right now because you're doing weight loss, no problem. I know many of the people that watch my channel don't eat salt at all, and that's great, no problem. We use the no salt added beans. The freezer stuff that we had was no salt, but this is how I do the salt. I use iodized salt. Iodine is important, and you can really only get it on our diet by eating some kelp, the dulse flakes, or with iodized sea salt. So I take a little sprinkle of iodized sea salt, sprinkle it on top, and now you've got some iodine in your diet. You got the salty flavor, but you haven't bombarded your food with salt like would be if we use, say, for example, a can of salty corn, a can of salty beans, or things like that.
Whoa, love it. I love that Mexican flavor. All those spices you threw in the beans, it tastes like you spent hours on it.
How about a little bit of that Well Your World Sriracha too? and so hearty and healthy. I love this. This is how you eat when you don't want to do food prep. You don't want to think ahead necessarily. Just have all your favorite ingredients in stock, and then you can just pick from the list. And today we just picked from the list. It is dinner time. Well, it's a little early for dinner, but we need to start dinner before that Rugrat gets home. What are we having for dining tonight? We could do the potato chowder.
Ooh, I love that one.
The cold cannon soup, which are similar.
Yeah,
We can do instant pot ziti.
Make instant pot ziti.
Instant pot ziti. Yeah, I have everything for instant pot ziti. The 6-quart instant pot for the ziti is a full pot. It is all 6 quarts, not 5.9.
It might even be 6.2.
It is past the fill line. And this is a dump and go recipe. We eat this probably at least every other week, but we should eat it every week.
Yeah, we should.
I have some of it memorized, but I will have to consult our trusted list. Don't show this. And you put your favorite ones on the inside of your pantry door.
You have 70 favorites.
Now I have 3 layers deep. And then under this, and then, oh, there's the Instant Pot ziti.
Wait, the Instant Pot ziti is a Xerox of an envelope.
It's a photo printed out of an envelope from Chase Bank. Uh-oh, I might need to go to the basement for some tomatoes. Gotta get some tomatoes. This is our overflow. Here we have our ramen noodles. I have about 20 bags because I'm always afraid Costco is gonna stop selling them.
Yeah, they do that.
Canned corns, the no salt beans, tomatoes, tomato paste. Then I got our big bulk bags of beans
Tell me about
and
the
lentils.
Trader Joe's soy milk, though.
We have over 100 quarts of Trader Joe's soy milk because they always run out. So I figure when we're down to about a 4-month supply, I'll order more because it'll take them 4 months to give it to me. I'm gonna be low on these, I'll explain why, but I need to refill this. So I've got my big buckets. This one is empty.
Wow.
So I buy them in the 25-pound bag. How do you open these stinking things? Okay, don't get this part. Jeez, I'm embarrassed. There we go. Now I have my own bulk bins and I can just fill them up, come down here to the basement, fill them up. Then when I go to the grocery store, I'm mostly just buying the fresh stuff, you know? I love these lids and this will last, you know, a good 6 months or more of red lentils.
Are you ready to make some ziti?
I'm the most amount already. Let's do our fresh stuff first. Real simple, bell pepper. Chop it up, dice it up, throw it in the pot. This is a dump and go recipe. There is no saute, then this, then that, nah. Let's do some onion. I've got that little tiny red onion from lunch from our Pico, so I might as well use that, am I right?
I don't want to ever see half of anything in the fridge.
Well, we're throwing in 1 yellow onion on top of whatever half of an onion that your wife needs you to get rid of ASAP because she's real mad about it. Mushroom time. Just chop a few mushrooms. You get the stems and all. Just get it all in there. It's all gonna get instant potted to nothing anyway. We've got a whole entire meal planner that Reeb's put together, and it's got the Instant Pot ziti recipe, so click that link down below and you can get all the exact ingredients. We're gonna keep going through this because I wanna show you some tips and tricks how to make it really fast. I threw the pasta in. This stuff's great because for those of you who don't like mushy pasta, it actually keeps its texture really well in the Instant Pot. That's like unique to the red lentil. This is an optional ingredient. These are the artichoke. They're not for us. The frozen artichoke hearts from Trader Joe's. This bag is still frozen. You don't have to let it thaw or anything. I'm not gonna chop them up any smaller. They're just a bite full of beauty when you finally bite into one of those. Oh, I love those. We got a couple cans of sauce and a couple cans of diced tomatoes going in. Do the no salt added same. We already had this stock. Now here's my little trick, but we were out of them, so I need you to help me refill these today, is we take all the dry stuff and put them into little mason jars, and then you can have it all ready. You don't have to measure it out each time. 3 tablespoons of that. Got it. So these are radish seeds. This is an optional ingredient. Rebecca loved that from Trader Joe's, that wild rice blend, and they put radish seeds in it. So we started doing it in this ziti and it's like really good. So then we gotta go radish seed. You don't really need the jar funnel for this. And then you just do it for all your jars. Now we're gonna do some crushed red pepper, optional, maybe a teaspoon or 2, whatever. I'm not doing the full tablespoon. Then we need 3 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. That should tell you right now that it's a big pot because that's quite a lot. Boom. That's where you get your flavor, folks. We're not putting a bunch of junk in here. Here's the Well Your World nutritional yeast. It's the best there is, non-fortified. I do 3 tablespoons of that as well. I just love nutritional yeast. Granulated garlic. We're doing a whole tablespoon of granulated garlic. Sand art that thing right into the little mason jars. Oh, soy curls I don't put in here because that would be too big. But I do love soy curls in this dish. I take like a couple cups worth and I break them up into little bits because they expand a lot once they dry. I don't really measure, I just do a few handfuls and I like this and bust them up real good like that and then just get them in. This is the fastest meal prep ever. I love wild rice. You could use regular rice, but I throw in a half a cup of wild rice. It just makes for such a nice texture. Then I'll do the same thing in all of my beautiful, this is when it really gets sand-arty, am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll make a little mess. Well, guess where all that mess is gonna go? Right into this Instant Pot. Red lentils, same as the rice. Sometimes I get people telling me this gives them a burn warning. I've never gotten the burn warning, so I don't know what to tell you. You could use regular lentils though, but I like the red lentils for a little bit of creaminess in this one. Now let's get to the art.
Oh, beautiful.
Isn't it? And now you just throw your lids on, throw these in your pantry, and you just saved yourself at least a few minutes on your food prep for next time.
We brought that with to hotels and stuff.
Yes, we have taken this to hotels. We also take it camping. Here is all of my waste, not wasted. And now we need to fill this thing up all the way past the fill line. I like to use boiling water. It's like 6-7 cups of water, and we'll just get it in there and we'll mix it in. We'll stir this thing up. Look at this. Oh, you're gonna blow your minds when you see it come out. It's just the most delicious, beautiful pot of health. It's okay that you went a little bit past the fill line. There's nothing in here that's gonna like expand or explode. Lid on. Make sure you're sealed, and I do 20 minutes. All you had to do was throw stuff in the pot and you're done. So we're gonna work on
Looks like you're done for 6 more times.
We're done for 6 weeks straight. Rebecca likes a little bit of salty olives on top. You already got some fat from the soy curls in there, so if this is too much fat, don't do the olives. Completely optional, but it does add a nice little bit, just sprinkled on top as a condiment. So let's chop some olives while this is cooking. I gotta make yogurt for this princess here. So we are making some soy yogurt. Have you tried our yogurt before? It is the best. Look at how thick and beautiful it is. It's like a Greek yogurt of soy. Tangy, natural, homemade. You can use this to start your next batch. That's content for another video though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is full. Oh yeah, give it a nice big stir. Let's eat this thing. It's gonna be hot, Reebs.
Yeah, it is. The baby.
The baby. There's a baby in the house. Are you ready for some food? Ready, boy? Sprinkle on just a little bit of olives. Mm-hmm, that's right.
Is that a hunger cry?
That big ziti. Oh boy. The key takeaway here is to get in and out of the kitchen as fast as you can so you're not spending all day cooking, and feel full and satiated, satisfied from all of your meals so that you're not just like starving all day. That is the most important thing. If you want to see more what I eat in a day videos like this one, just let us know. I could make hundreds more. This is how we really eat, fast and easy. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.